Hey guys, thanks for joining me. And if you like what you see, please subscribe. Hello, peoples. As you know, I am a fan of a nice, good flashlight. Wuben has been sending me some stuff recently, and I do like them. Both Wuben and Workos have been sending me free stuff. Now, I've had a couple of issues with some of the Wubens in the past, with them not working after a fall, or a piece breaks off easily. So, I'm just throwing that out there that I really want to pay attention to quality control for this. So this is the H4 and it comes in at $30. I'm going to kind of compare this to the Sunblessa, which in my estimation is the most recommendable flashlight that I can recommend right now. This thing is super light, hold a charge for what seems like forever. Has basically 5 different settings. It has a low flood, a high flood, a red light, a high beam, and a high beam bright. And buttons are super easy, USB-C. And this thing is, like I said, super light and $18. So for $10 more, is this worth it? I guess is the question, right? If you haven't seen one of my videos before about this, what's going to happen here is I am going to read the instruction manual, take a look at this, and then come back to you guys. While I do that, smash that like button, leave a comment. It really helps the channel. As always, thank you to my Patreon supporters. So yeah, when you get a new flashlight, there's always some kind of trick with the battery or it's locked out or something like that. Rather than do that on camera, I'm going to go ahead and learn what the button salad might be. That's what I call all the different things you have to push. And I'll kind of give a quick review of this and the comparison, but it's not going to be a long-term review. It's really more of a first impressions type video. So I'm going to pause it right now. I haven't read the instructions yet, but if you're getting an H4 and you're watching this part, it says on this blue sticker, remove the insulation from the battery. And that's a usual thing, right? It's just this little knob, right? This little thing right here. You have to pull up on that and pull back, and then there's this insulation tab right here. You pull that out, and now the battery will work. That's so that it doesn't run down in shipping and kill the battery. Okay, so after some research and putting on this thing, I have some news for you. So first off, when you remove this battery case, I showed you how to remove just a second ago, I showed you how to get the insulation off. This battery is actually removable, and then you can put in 3 AAAs. So that's pretty cool. Rechargeable battery, but also if you're on a long trip and you can get some AAAs, put those in there too. They're AAAs, right? Yeah, AAAs. So that's very cool. And then it has basically your floodlight and your spotlight and a red light. I was worried at first that it might not have a red light. And then it has a battery indicator down here. So for the spotlight, either one of the lights on top, if you long press a second and a half, the red light comes on. The red is just red, and then it will also do an emergency flash signal. So yeah, and then you long hold again to turn it off. Then you short hold to turn on one of the two things. So this here is the spotlight. I can tell because of the light that it throws, but also that they have kind of put symbols here where they have like a little spot or a little round circle, and then more of a press button here. So you turn that on and you long press to get it up. And this says that it's 800 lumens. I don't know what the candelas off the top of my head are. I'm sorry. But it feels like it could be 800 lumens. Sure, why not? And then the floodlight. And oops, I turned on the red light by accident. The red light, or the floodlight, I should say, I got those wrong. I think the floodlight is actually the little spot symbol, and this is, for some reason, would have made more sense the other way around. The Kelvin, or the warmness of the floodlight, I like a lot. It's warmer than your standard LED, which is nice. The floodlight is very white, however. You can see the difference there. So here's the white of the spotlight, whereas it's kind of a nice amber color for the flood, which I like a lot because the flood is usually what I'm going to be using most of the time, honestly. The spot is only like for going out for walks and stuff like that. And then you can get them both to turn on by double clicking, and they both turn on at max. Whew, that is bright. So that must be the 800, is when you have them both on at full like that. This material here for the headband is nice. I do like this, what I'm going to call neoprene, but this soft rubber material that keeps it from slipping off of your head. I think any good headband should have that. This Sunblessa definitely has it. I don't have a scale on me right now, but you can see that this is significantly bigger. And I like to wear my headlamps around my neck often as a necklace. I don't know if anyone else does that. I mean, sometimes I wear it as a headband too, but I find that if I'm just working at a picnic table at night or something like that, I like to wear it around my neck, and it just feels more comfortable. And this feels a lot bigger. I mean, this is definitely a full fistful, whereas this is super small. They both have the same kind of options. Now, the Sunblessa, I believe, is less lumens. And it doesn't have the capability of putting in AAA batteries. So what you're getting with this is a little bit more styling and probably a nicer headband and more lumens and the capability to change your batteries. So that's the $10 difference there between $30 and $20, or I actually think this is $18 and this is $27. So is that worth it? I'm not 100% sure. I'm going to have to test this some more. I do, and this just has that standard band there. I do like the texture of this material. I know that sounds silly, but it's true. I also like that it's white. A small black headlamp is, I mean, this looks cool, right? But at night, it's going to be much harder to see. If there's any kind of light at all in your tent or around, it's going to be much easier to see this in the dark. And I have been looking in the past for my headlamp in the dark and just not been able to find it because it's black. And there's usually some kind of light, either from stars or from the moon or something like that. And I probably would be able to see this very nicely, it being all white like this. So, that's my first take on this. I'm definitely going to do a full review on well, maybe not definitely, but I plan to do a full review. Here, and you can see the Kelvin range. So for the Kelvin for the spotlight, like I was saying, was 6,500, which is really, really white, and 4,000 for the floodlight. So that goes to show that I was not insane. And so they're saying, where are they saying 800 lumens? I do also like the turbo mode, 800. So I also do like that they have, just as quick reference on the back of the box, a lot of lights that you get. I feel like I'm just looking at some of this. So this is another Wuben here, and here's a Workhorse that I haven't opened yet. Here's a Sofern. So like the Sofern, great light, but it doesn't have like what the different modes are on the back. And I do kind of like that Wuben includes that back here. It's very nice of them. And I didn't actually look for the rechargeable port on this. This has to have a rechargeable port somewhere, right? How do you recharge this? Okay, that's kind of a shame. I mean, it's good. It's rechargeable, but they actually have the USB-C type recharge on the battery itself. So you have to open this up. There's no through. You can't just plug it into the body. So positive I can think of, that will make this more water resistant. And negative I can think of, you got to open this up in order to get to it. I'm not sure exactly what I think about that. I don't think I care, but someone out there might care. Very cool. And I like that this lettering, I'm just now noticing too, is highly reflective, the Wuben lettering. I bet at night, any kind of light shining from the sides, like a head car light or something like that, it's definitely going to make that shine really bright. And I really love that it has a red light. For a minute there, I thought it didn't have a red light, and that was just going to be like a no-go for me. Any headlamp has to have a red light, in my opinion. And the fact that it's so easy to turn on with either button, pushing it for a second and a half, that's absolutely great. So like I said, this is kind of a first impression unboxings, and I'll probably do a long-term review. Not 100% certain about that, but we'll see how we go. Thank you so much for watching me today. Please like, subscribe, leave a comment. It really helps the channel. And I hope you don't mind me doing a flashlight every now and then. I know I'm more into the fixed blades and the pocket knives, but a good flashlight, you can never have too many. So, and this is, this was sent to me by Wuben, which I said, I get basically no knives in the mail, except for my viewers send me stuff. And Wuben and Workhorse, they send me free flashlights to review, and I always say yes. And I give them away when I can. I have a stockpile of flashlights over here, which I'm getting ready to give away for Christmas or something like that to to you guys for doing a live stream over some kind of winter break kind of thing. So anyway, thanks so much for joining me today. Talk to you next time on Sharp Ends. Bye bye now.